the Worcester Area Chamber of Commerce Wall of Fame recipient, Mike Reardon. Mike Reardon was destined to become an entrepreneur. Growing up in a hardworking Irish household near Columbus, Mike is the middle child in a family of 5 siblings.
My father's family were off-the-boat Irishmen in the late 1800s. My mother grew up, her family, a large family in Jackson County, southeastern Ohio. There's no question that my father first instilled the idea of being in business, an entrepreneur, if you will. One thing that he said oftentimes to me and my siblings was that the way to reach the American dream is to own your own business. Sometimes he referred to it as owning your own peanut stand. He delighted in the people that he was able to help, loaning them money, whatever, who were entrepreneurial types.
He thought a lot about his father's advice when he headed off to college, but after 4 years of schooling, he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. So he explored the possibility of procuring a business of his own.
When I first broached it to my dad, he said, "What are you, crazy? You got a job?" I think I made maybe $375 a month. It worked out fine. He ended up working with me, and he said, "Well, you started with something." What I still think is funny, I like telling the story, that he said, "You need to put a pro forma together and we'll look at the numbers and do this." I said, "What's a pro forma?"
He wound up purchasing an automatic car wash and was very successful with the endeavor.
I knew I didn't want to do that for very long. It was cold and wet and all that stuff that we all know well, so started looking around for something else to buy.
He and a friend who worked for a large accounting firm considered several opportunities, including a licorice company in Cincinnati and a titanium enterprise in Shreve.
And he is the one, those of you may recall when I told the great story about how the titanium industry started. He dug up a licorice company in Cincinnati and also United Titanium, which was in Shreve, at that time was located in Shreve. So anyway, the licorice company deal ended up not working, I really wanted that one because I like licorice, and I figured if we had a bad year, at least I could eat the inventory. And so at any rate, we ended up in the titanium business.
Mike strongly believes that his success at United Titanium is a direct result of being a straight-up guy.
Whatever I have in the way of being straight up, as you say, comes from my parents. Honesty, integrity, those are the things that were most important to them. That's the way you lived your life.
Everyone in town, I think, knows Mike in a way. He's a very easygoing, comfortable kind of guy. But he is a true entrepreneur and is very savvy from a business standpoint. He has great instincts. He understands how to run a company and how a board should govern a company. He's a very interesting but also savvy business person, and that shows with the success of his company, United Titanium.
Despite his success in business, Mike says that the accomplishment of which he is most proud is his family. Wife Stephanie, their 2 daughters, and 4 grandchildren.
Hands down, my greatest accomplishment is my family. Nothing more important to me than my family. I had sense enough to ask Stephanie to marry me. She is rock solid. She's a Kentucky woman. She's tougher than double bubble. And everything that every guy should hope to have in his life.
Mike has made valuable contributions to the community in a variety of ways, including his role as a board member for several organizations, particularly his long association with the Western Reserve Group.
I'm not sure I'm the best board member they ever have, but I certainly feel like I was able to contribute to their success. It's a terrific company.
I know Mike as his involvement in the community activities. He's an excellent communicator. He's a true entrepreneur in every sense of the word. He and Stephanie, with their generosity, have supported many programs and projects and activities in the community, many of them without any notoriety or publicity.
When Mike arrived in Wayne County in 1974, he never expected to spend the rest of his life here, but fate has a way of intervening.
I think I thought I bought a small family business and then I would come up and get my arms around it and go back home, if you will, to Columbus. Here we are 40-some years later, and it is home. I wouldn't trade it for Columbus for anything.
Mike is also thankful for the relationships he has forged during the past 4 decades, with a particular admiration for Mr. Stanley Galt.
Second year that Stan Galt came back to Rubbermaid, I was invited to his office along with other small business people in town. Stan was talking about the community. He was involved leading, planning, and all that stuff. He taught me a good lesson there, and I never forgot it.
Mike, congratulations to you also. This is a very well-deserved award. You are an incredible member of this community, and we all appreciate everything that you've done here, not only in your business, but for the community as well.
You are most deserving of the recognition that goes with being nominated for this year's Wall of Fame Award. Congratulations, old buddy.
Mike Reardon, the Worcester Area Chamber of Commerce Wall of Fame.